Welcome to Joy's Happy Hobbies, and I'm Joy.
I don't know if any of you've seen these. It's Quilt Magic, and it's a no-sew wall hanging kit. And it's going to be a fall butterfly, as you can see here. Have any of you done these no-sew wall hanging kits? It looks pretty easy. So this is the picture of it, of the butterfly. Okay. And then I got a tool for it. That they don't come with the kit because I guess you can use a butter knife or small spatula or something put in the ridges here. So anyway, it was only like $5. So if I do another one of these, I'll have this available. So, and then on the other side, you can see the fabric that comes with it. It's all inclusive. And it says, select the border material and tuck into place using a dull dinner knife or the tuck tool. So you could use a dinner knife or a tuck tool, which I bought the tuck tool. So also it says cut the corresponding fabric pieces using patterns included in the kit and tuck into the grooves one by one. And these are the grooves here that you're going to tuck into. And after all the pieces are tucked into place, go back over and tuck in loose ends, and that's all there is to it. So they say, I don't know, you can, pretty materials for fall, huh? So I'm going to open this up, and then we'll go through all the pieces. Okay, so I'm going to take this off, and this is how it shows to do. So they've got their tuck tool here, and they're adding their material, and this is almost like a finished picture of what it's going to be. Pretty cool, huh? No glue, no sewing. For someone like me, it's going to work out fine because I don't have a sewing machine and I haven't sewed in years, so this sounded pretty good to me. And then it comes with, it says before, so here, this is what it's going to look, all the pieces that you're doing. Okay, I'll show you the instruction sheet. There we go. Okay. So there's, step 1, step 2, step 3, 4, up to step 8. So there's 8 steps. Before beginning, it says up here on the note, before beginning, iron out any wrinkles on all fabric pieces before cutting the fabric into patterns. Select the proper outside border material from the list below and refer to diagram 2. So we have to, okay, so I'll be back. I'm going to go ahead and iron the pieces. I should have done that already. But, well, before we go, let me show what it is. Okay, here's the foam piece. It's got a hard backing to it. That's the foam. Okay, and these are the edges. I guess I'm going to open this up right now. I'll open this up right now to show you. Okay, so let's get this open. All right. Okay, so this is the tuck piece. It's got a nice cover on it, protect it. Okay, so it's not sharp. Looks like an X-Acto knife, doesn't it? Okay, so this is a piece that gets it tucked in, and the material is going to get tucked into these ridges right here. See how you tuck it in? It's going to go in here like so. All right, so they said it's going to show a thing to cut the side here. I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so there's the foam piece. It's like a thin piece of foam on a hard board. All right. And this is the design. Okay, so I got it which way? Okay, so it is this way. It goes this way. So this is the design already on here. And it's not supposed to, you know, you're just supposed to be able to tuck it into these grooves here. Kind of like my paper filigree that I did, except there's no gluing on this. Okay, so let's move this to the side. And this is, what is this? Oh, these are the, okay, so here we go. We've got the pattern pieces. Okay. And, okay, so it tells you, let's see, I'm going to move this out just a little bit. Let's see, I get this out so we can see a little better. Okay, so this is orange fabric. So these pieces are numbered. And it also says cut 4 pieces. So some of them you have to, you know, most of them just say one. I see this one says cut 4 pieces. So this must be a corner piece. And these are pattern pieces. And these are pattern pieces. And they're all numbered, as you can see. All numbered. Orange fabric, print fabric. So it tells you, and here is the fabrics, outside fabric size measures 16 and a half by 16 and a half. So this looks like the diagram right here of all the numbered pieces and where they go. So you have a sheet here to tell you where they go. Okay. Now all these pattern pieces, I believe, are to be cut out. And I remember doing sewing in class, or I don't know if they still do anymore, but when I was in high school, we had sewing classes, and it's like cutting, it looks like cutting out the pattern, the tissue paper patterns, and they still sell them that, you know, Simplicity and all that. And so you have to cut out these pieces. Okay, we'll be doing that. All right. So this is, okay, note, we group the pattern pieces by color of fabrics. We hope this helps in selecting your fabric and ease of finding the coordinated pieces. So dark brown fabric. Okay, so here's one, cut 8 pieces of number 52, cut 6 pieces of number 53, and so on. So it tells you, experiment by cutting one of these pattern pieces and cutting in the darts. Okay, so these are darts, I gather. Now I did watch a couple of videos on how to do this, so at least I know what certain things are. So note, these are the dart lines. Okay, so these little lines here that you see where the arrows are, these are dart lines, so that helps it fold in, I guess. Always iron all wrinkles in the fabric before cutting into pattern shapes. Okay, so I'm going to have to do that. So, and this is more patterns. Okay, these are all pattern pieces. Oh, so here's for the gold fabric. Here's for the white fabric. All this. Okay, so I'm going to cut them out in these dotted lines. See the dotted lines here? You see that? And cut it out in the dotted lines. I don't know if I'm showing this right. There you go. Okay, are there dotted lines showing up there? There's the dotted lines. Okay, so each one of these sections is a different color material. Okay. Here is the beautiful material that's included. Okay. So I'm going to, oh, this must be the, okay, there is a cover that goes on the back here. I'll show you. Okay, so there's going to be a cover here that's going to get tucked into the edges here. So, oh, and then this pretty fabric. So yeah, I have to iron to get these creases out of there. So we've got that piece for the back. And then these are the separate pieces for the rest of the pattern. Look at that. Oh, and this one's and this is one whole piece. Nice fall colors, aren't they? And another, this is brown. Okay. That's brown. Ooh, look at this green. Okay, let's open this one up. Okay. A green. Oh, beautiful fall. This is going to be nice hanging on the wall for fall. All right, and we've got one short little piece orange here. And then we've got this one is the same as the background. So get this piece open. Okay. So that's the same as what the background's going to be right there. All right, so that's a piece. And then here's the last piece. So this is kind of flowery. Okay. So if you look at the picture, you can kind of see where all these colors are going to go in. See that? So this is going to be that light material. Okay, so the design is laser cut into the foam. No messy glues needed, no special tools needed. Well, you know, I got that, but, you know, now I find out I could have used a butter knife to do it. Anyway, I am going to iron these pieces before we get started, and then we'll start cutting out the pattern pieces. I will be back. Okay, so I went ahead and ironed my pieces so they're all flat now, no creases left in them. So they're all nice and flat. All right, so I got that done, all got nice and flat. So, and I'm looking at the directions here. So it says the first step is use a regular dinner knife, cut all 4 corners of, well, I guess I should have said let's, don't mind me, my mind is going in all different directions now. I'm going to let you see me do some of this. Maybe we can mess up together, huh? So, anyway, use a regular dinner knife to cut all 4 corners of the foam board all the way through to the back, approximately 1/2 inch from corner along the mitered groove. For this step only, use a dinner knife with serrated edges to help cut through the foam board. I don't have a serrated dinner knife, but I do have a serrated knife. So I'm going to go get that. It's going to be a really long one, but I'll be right back. All right, so I got my serrated, this is like a big old bread knife. And warning, don't let your kids do the cut. If you have kids that are going to be working on this, that you got it for, don't let them use the knife to cut. You go ahead and cut it, okay? Don't let them do that. I don't want anybody getting hurt. So it says to cut this all the way to the base of the board. Let's see if I can do this. I guess that's it. All right, I'll try this one. Oh, try that. I don't want to cut it all the way to the base. Okay, so I think I don't know if I've got that far enough down. It says to the base of the board. Okay, so that's the board. This little edge here is the board. Okay, so as soon as the knife stops, that's the base. Okay, and it does, yeah, little pieces, the foam does come out. All right, so we got that cut to the base. Yeah, I think. All right. All right. So whatever I messed up on the edges here is probably going to be covered by the material. Okay, so let's put that knife over there. All right, so we're going to be looking at it this way. All right, so then that was step 1. And cut through the foam board, okay. Number 2, lay the outside border piece of fabric wrong side up and center the foam board over the fabric with the design lace face up. Okay, so this is my backboard, I'm sure. So let's get this, see if we get this on here even. All right, I'm going to do this first just to show you how it works, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut all the pattern pieces out. But I just want to show you it's supposed to be easy, so we'll see how it works here. All right, so wrap the fabric around to the front of the design face and tuck the fabric into the first groove with a dull dinner knife. Start with the center and work toward the middle mitered edge. Use the fine, smoothest, no tooth butter knife. Okay, so I've got my my cutting, or my, not cutting, but my poke knife, my punch knife there. All right, so we wrap it around. Okay, so we start from the middle first. Okay, so I'm going to, now see it's over the grooves there. Okay, let me make sure. All right, then that gets punched in there. Look at that. Isn't this so cool? It just goes right in there. Look at that. I guess you just tuck that in, like so. All right. So go around. Tuck that in. Okay, so pull the loose corners up and cut excess fabric about 3/8 up from the mitered grooves. So let's get this all in here. We'll go all the way around and then we'll take care of the, so now we got to get these all in there. Me, I'm a perfectionist, so I can't show any fabric. Put that in there like so. Get it into the corners there. All right, so we're supposed to leave this at the corner. So let's get there. And push, okay, so I'm going to turn this around this way. I guess so far so good, huh? And it's going to go right in there. Tuck it in. It's going in. Tuck it in there. And if you make a mistake or you don't get it in there far enough, you can pull it back out and do it again. So for someone like me who doesn't sew or doesn't have a sewing machine, I can still get a quilt effect. I found this just by looking at some quilting quilt YouTubes, just because I don't do it, I like to look at them and see what people are doing. So leave the corners up. All right, so let's get this over here. Start doing that. Tuck it in there. Oop, I don't want to. Probably should have used a butter knife. This is almost like an X-Acto knife. It's just not sharp. Yeah, I've been looking at all different types of crafts lately. Yeah, I still love diamond painting. Still love it. But I like to do other things too. There. So that's in there. Okay. I'll turn this around here. Just to do something different. I like to show different things on my channel. Maybe give you guys some ideas. Has anybody done one of these before? I put it on my Facebook page, on my Joy's Diamond Painting and More, but people said they'd seen it, but they'd never done it. So I guess I'll be the first one, huh? Let's get that in there. And I'm sure I'm not doing it as well as the seasoned ones who have done these videos. They're the ones that work for, do these videos for Quilt Magic, so they have experience. Okay, so let's get this one. Some of them don't seem like they're cut all the way through, so we'll start it that way. Get it in there. There we go. It gets it in there tight, that's for sure. All right. Maybe I'm just not pushing down far enough. I'm almost, I'm afraid because first time I'm doing it, I don't want to ruin it. Okay. Let's get this one there. So I gotta push down a little further, I think. There we go. And if you mess up a little bit of the foam around the edges here, I guess it doesn't matter because it's going to be covered by the material anyway. So it just gets tucked into there. Okay. And one last section here. See where the little edge is. So this is pretty cool, isn't it? I mean, to have a quilt looking project and not have to sew it. It's not a, big bedspread or anything, so it's something that looks like it would. No, see, I'm not supposed to tuck that part in, so let's pull that out. Let's get that down, like right there. Okay, and let's do this side. So I'm probably tucking that corner in too much. Just want to show this to you, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut out the pattern pieces. Get that in there. Okay, there we go. Got to get it all the way down. There we go, all the way down. Don't be afraid to push down, I guess. Now my husband is going out there in the garage because I forgot to shut my door to the room, so you're going to hear some noise there. Okay, so now it says to cut off a little bit of this material. Let's see. Cut it down into the corners. Okay, so maybe we do cut it down into the corner here. Yes, we do. Okay, see, I was wrong. So now it's going to work better going down in the corner here. All right. Leave that there. Okay, so let me go ahead and fix these. And I'll put it down in the groove there. I don't... Yeah, it's a little bit interesting how this is going. So I'm afraid, because it's so new, I'm afraid of what I'm doing here. So that goes there. And this goes down in here. There we go. Cut that. Bear with me, bear with me. Yeah, that gets tucked. Okay, so we're supposed to be able to cut a little bit off these sides. So maybe just get it. See, you could always pull it out if you think you've done it wrong. There. Just into the corner there. There. So now I'm supposed to be able to cut off. Here's my scissors right here. Okay. And we cut off about, it says to cut about 3/8 up from the miter grooves. Okay, so about 3/8. So that's about right there. So I'll cut off about that much. You see? About 3/8. About right there. Okay. About 3/8. And we'll do that all the way around here. Probably should pull some of this back up. Get that even. There we go. About 3/8. Okay. Cut that. About 3/8 here. Cut that. And cut this one about 3/8. There we go. All right. Dip right there. All right, so I got those cut. Now we tuck it in. We cut it off. Pull the loose corners up and cut off excess. Okay, we did that. Pull the loose corners up. And then number 5, tuck these excess flaps into the face of the groove. Okay, so tuck these excess flaps. Okay, so I'm going to, I saw one that she folded it over. Maybe that'll work better. Okay, she folded it over like so. Okay, I'm going to fold it over. She made the, okay, so here she did. She went like this and did it on the corners and folded it over and tucked it in there. So it made a nice tuck, but I'm having trouble doing that. Maybe I didn't cut it far enough down. Cut them in the corner there. Okay, so it's not as pretty as it should be. All right, my first try, you guys. I'll have to go back and watch another video and see exactly how she did that. There. All right, so my first try, it's not as smooth on there as I wanted it to be. Okay, so maybe on this one, oh, you know, maybe I'm supposed to be tucking it in this way. Huh. Interesting. Let's see, get that in the corner. And tuck it down. Tuck it down in that corner there. Get the material in there. See if I get that tucked in there. That one's working a little better. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm doing this wrong, I think. I might have to all right. The other one came out better. little better. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try to work these a little better, and then I will be back and I'll show you the final outcome. Okay, I'm back. I had to go back and look to see how to do it, and what I was not doing right was cutting these edges off short enough, and so there was too much material to tuck in there. And then I'll show you. Okay, so I did these around here, and I'm supposed to leave these little edges right here. Okay, so and I went to get a butter knife. I think the butter knife might work better, so I'm going to try. So I'm going to, okay, there we go. So that went in there just fine. All right. And I went ahead and did the other corners already, as you could see. I know there's another way to do these so that there's a fold, a nice little fold, and you don't see the line there, but right now I don't want to think about it. So anyway, once you get them all tucked in the little corners here, then you have to cut off this little piece here that's hanging out. And they say to cut this about 3/8 too, which, you know, that's my problem, not being able to measure properly. So we're just going to cut that off there. And I hope I didn't make it too short. All right, so there we go. And then we tuck that part in there. All right. So then that part just gets tucked right in there. There we go. Got a nice finished edge there. All right, finally, there. So now we'll do it to the other sides here. We're never gonna even pay attention when you hang it up. There we go. All right, so we got the border on. Isn't that kind of cool? Now you got the back. See, and the back's gonna have a nice backing on it that you can look at. Now, what I did see on the suggestion is to take a safety pin and pin it in here, and then that's what you would hang up on the wall to hook on to the nail. An easy way. Or you can buy the frame that they sell, which was almost as much as, was the same amount as what the kit was. So I thought, nah, I don't need to do that. Okay, so now we got the backing on. Everything's fine. Now I guess it's to cut out the pattern time. So where do I start? I guess we cut them out here where the lines are. All right. Now cut out the line. Cut the separate colors out. So I'm cutting, follow the directions, Joy, follow the directions. All right. And okay, so this is the print fabric. This is the orange fabric and the orange fabric. Okay, so we got to cut these separate out. And these are, okay, so this is the gold fabric. So I'm going to cut these out here. That's, you know, why I'm always afraid to do these YouTubes and work on things while I'm filming, because I screw up things easy. I don't know about you guys, but even when I follow directions, something always goes awry. All right. So here we've got our orange pieces. I'm going to keep, okay, here's our orange pieces. I'm going to put those aside. Here's our print fabric. I'm going to keep those aside. This is the white fabric right here. Okay, so I'm going to keep that. Here is the gold fabric. Okay. Here is the green fabric. So I'm going to cut right here where this dotted line is. Yeah, I thought I'd be different and let you guys see me at work this time. Okay, and then this is dark brown fabric. Okay, so now they group the pattern by color. So now each individual one of these is going to be cut out. So I will start cutting this. I might have to fast forward on all this, but and I don't think I need to worry about getting the lines all that straight on here because I'm going to be cutting the fabric out. Okay, so I got all my pattern pieces cut here and they're all numbered, and I'm on the dark brown fabric right here. So this is the dark brown fabric, and see they're all numbered here, and these numbers will be correspond with this pattern here. So it shows you where all the numbers will go. Okay. See if I can follow that. So it's just like working with a pattern when you're sewing stuff. I got my needles over here. What I do with my package of needles? Oh, here they are. Here's my package of needles. So we're going to pin this on the material just like we would a regular McCall's or Simplicity. I don't know if those are still around. I think so. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pin this on. Here, let me move this over here. So we're going to pin it on. Okay. That's too close to the edge. Let me move that over a little bit. There we go. There we go. So we're going to pin that on. Let me pin that on. Pinned on. Get my hand around here the right way. Okay. Okay, I got done pinning all the pattern pieces on. So now we're going to cut one out and we'll try it. So let's do one on the end here, the small one. We'll do an experimental piece. Okay, so I'm going to cut around. I'm going to go ahead and now I'm going to cut the material. I'm going to cut the paper along the line now. I haven't done this since high school. Oh, or since my daughter was a little kid. I should have, yeah. Okay. I'll just, I'm not used to doing this. Now, these are the darts that we're supposed to cut so that the material where it folds in will be able to, so we just make it as long as the line. We don't want to make it too deep or too short. All right, so this is number 70. So let's let's just, oh, let's. Okay, I'm not good at these instructional things, but let's try this. Okay, so I'm going to take my, okay, so number 70. Okay, so the brown, let's see, where's my picture? Brown. The browns are on the inside. So it doesn't really matter where you start on here. You can start on the outside or the inside and the corners. So it doesn't, there is no special setup. So I'm going to look, oh, there's 70 right here. Right there. So that is in the middle. So let's see. It's going to go this way. So that's this piece right here. Right there. See it? Okay. Let me take the pins out. We don't need to save these pattern pieces because they're not going to be used again. So we can just cut those out away. Okay, so it's going to go this way. So we're going to lay it in the middle. Like so. Now I'll try this piece. Okay, so where's the line? Where's the line? Okay, so let's get it more in the middle. Want to make kind of make it even. Okay, so we're gonna, there we go, see? And we're gonna get that in there. Okay. And that, there we go, there we go, there we go. Well, that's a real skinny piece, huh? I'm going to use my butter knife here. I'm going to use the butter knife. Oh, I just feel so awkward doing this stuff. Get that in there. Yeah. And that's going to tuck down in there. All right, we're going to just get this all tucked in. Okay, tuck that in. Make sure all the material goes in there. So, pretty simple, huh? And it just tucks right down in there. There we go. Look at that. Might have made it a little bit short. Okay, so pull out a little bit there. There we go. See, you just have to pull it out a little bit and you can fix it. And where's the hole here? Okay, there we go. A lot of material shreds out, I see here. And that's okay because you can go back and fix all that. There we go. First piece is in. Some of the foam comes off. How about that? Doesn't look as neat as I wanted it to. Yeah, see, I didn't get it in. You know, guys, they make it look so simple. But then, you know, the next piece of material is going to curl right in there. So it's all going to look fine. There. And it's in there, see? It's in there. And then the next one will go here. Okay, so let's try one more. Okay, so that was number 70. It doesn't look right, does it? That's why you save your material. Let's see if we can get a little bit more down in there. I think I just had too much tucked in on one side. There we go. There we go. Now it's going to be better. There. So I think I will do the rest. I'm going to take a rest now and we'll come back to this, okay? It's not as easy as they make it seem. I'll tell you that now. They make it look so easy. All right, so there you go. That one's in there. Kind of messy, but I think when we get the other materials in there, it'll look better. The one thing I'm finding out, okay, so this top part here is real thin foam, real thin, paper thin actually. And it is on top of about this thick of styrofoam. This whole back is styrofoam. So when you put the material down in the tucks, and if you make a mistake and you try to pull the material out, you got to be really careful not to rip up the foam, because that's what's going to give it its quilt look as it tucks down. It has the foam up here to give it that round look. I'm looking at my notes here so that I can give you the tips that I found. And I tried to take these patterns and on this like full sheet like this, try to pin the whole thing on the material, but it made the material pucker too much. So I do have to cut out each one of these patterns and then pin it on the material. So there's no fast way of doing that. Also, when you're tucking them in, I'm going to do some of these for you and show you when you're tucking them in. You got to keep lifting up the little pieces of material and make sure you're getting them into the right slit. That was another oof I did, taking my knife here and just going along, and then with the material on top, fishing for this ridge and hitting and getting the wrong one. And then after I got the material and I went, yeah, that looks really funny, and then realized I had put it into the wrong slit. I'll show you that while I'm doing it too. Save any material. Do not throw these little pattern pieces away until you get all your material in, and save your scraps until you get all of that one color in, because I ended up having to go through my trash and get a piece of material to make another pattern out, and it just barely made the shape of the pattern. So don't toss anything until after you get done with that particular color. With me, I'm doing it color by color. What else? Oh, and save this this cover sheet that comes in your package that shows you what you have, because I'm using this as a guide knowing where to look for the numbers. Look at the numbers. And they're not all in order here. They jump all over the paper. There's like a 90 here and 100 there, and there's a 92 up here with a 93 down here. So you have to kind of look at that picture and say, okay, I'm working with the orange material, and see where your orange material is, and then that'll give you an idea of where to find the numbers along here. So all your pattern pieces will match up to these numbers. Okay, so I think that's some of the tips that I found out so far. So now I'm going to start with number 92, and I did find that before I started this this part of the video. So it is going to be right here, this piece right here. So I'm going to take this material and I'm going to show you how I do it. I'll lay my pattern piece aside. Okay, I'm not quite sure. Now there's little darts that are cut into here that the pattern piece shows you how. I'm not quite sure how the pieces go. They cut them, but look at that. That's so tiny. It can't be the shape of that, but we're going to try. So I think it may go like this. So the pattern piece is the pattern is going to be a lot bigger than your foam rubber, and you have to try to center it over there even. Okay. Center it over even, and make sure you look first before you put it in so you're getting the right slit, and kind of work from side to side to keep the material even. Here, maybe I can get a little closer on this and you can see what I'm doing. Let's see. There we go. All right, so tucking all this in here. And see, it just, once you get the hang of it, it's pretty neat. And let's see, there's the slit right there. So it just tucks in. There we go. And it'll go all the way down to where that styrofoam is. And after you get all the color done, then you just kind of go back and see where you need to tuck more of the material in. So we'll just get that in for right now, and then I'll go back and check all the little pieces. So there's that one. Okay, that was 92. And then 93, I saw 93, I had to cut 4 pieces. Okay, so here are my 4 little pieces in here. So I'm going to find my 93, my 193. Okay, so if we look at the picture here and we look at the numbers, okay, here down in the orange, here's the orange one. This is what I'm working on, this color right here. And if we go over here, there is the 93. There's one of the 93s right here in the same place. Okay, so I take one of those pieces, try to separate the material here. All right, and I have to look again. Okay, so my 93 is right here, right there. This is my 93 right here. Okay, and then I had this 8 and the 58. So 93 is right there. So we put it over. Now see the triangle right here? Let me move that up a little more so you can see. I'm laying this material right so it's kind of over the center, laying the material down in the center. Okay, and then I'm going to find the little ridge, and I'm going to stick it in there. Go back and forth Okay, so there's the line there. And you kind of go back and forth so you don't pull more material on one side than the other. There's the ridge there. Can you see me doing this? Down there, down there, down there, down there. We took it down there. And and you have to try to pull it even on both sides because the material will grab, and then you'll get, you won't get all the material down there and you'll still see the foam. Okay. I'm going to use the other side of this. There we go. So that one's in there. As you can see, we've got the puffy look to it. Can you see that? Now remember, you know, this is my first one, and there is a lot of beginner errors to be made. Okay. So my next 93 is probably this one right here. See this right there? There's the other 93. There's the other 93. So it's going to go evenly right in over here. See that? Evenly right in there. And oh, by the way, I am marking off as I go, so I know that I've done that part. Okay. Mark that off. Okay. So this one is going to go right over that. You see that? Make sure I got it in the center. All right. And here we go. We're going to... So you can see how it, this one matches this one over here. And it looks just like the picture. This one is the same as this one right here. Okay. It's good to keep this so you could tell. All right. So there's going to be another 93. And it's going to be up here somewhere. So So, what do you think, quilters? Is this cheating or what? Do you consider this cheating, or is it just another way to quilt? Let me know your opinion on that. Okay, so this one, I think what happened was I got a little bit extra too much. So let's see if I can pull that out just a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to take this one out and see how, I just want to show you, see how it frays if you take it out. See, I didn't have enough material in there and I got it too far there. So I'm going to move it up a little more, like so. And I'm going to try this again. All right, we got it in the middle. As they say, don't worry about making a mistake because you could take it out easy. So you have to just be really gentle when you take it out. That's all. That you don't ruin the styrofoam. There we go. Now it's in there. Now it's in there. See? I think it's kind of a neat thing. Since I don't sew, it's going to be pretty. There we go. See? There it is right there. All right. So I'm going to continue on, and I'm going to do these while I let you watch. So I'm going to be quiet now. Okay. I'm going to finish this up. Okay, so there I did. I got that orange one in there. Now I should go back and try to tuck whatever I can in there. I'll go back and look at those things. But there it is. There's the next color. And as you see, the colors are all kind of sporadic, but they match. Each side matches like a quilt. Look at that. So we've got the wings now, and we've got the little body and some of the outline triangles. So how about that? I'm going to move this out a little bit so you can get a better view of it. There we go. So yeah, it's looking good. Besides my faux pas over here, it was a little difficult getting the material in there, but that was because I messed up. So anyway, I'm going to continue working on this. I hope you like that little fast forward there. That'll speed it up demonstration. And I'll bring it back when I'm all done. Okay? I'll see you in a while. Bye. Okay, I am on my last color. This is what I've gotten done so far on my no-sew quilt, my Quilt Magic. There have been some learning curves in here. Not going to mention it right now. You probably can't tell by looking at the screen from here. I have cut out my last remaining material, which is the green color. As you can see right here, let me move the camera back. As you can see, I'm on this last green color right here. Okay. No, the green. There we go. I'm on this last green color and the border here and here. Okay. Now what I have done, okay, so I've cut out all the pattern pieces as you see here. And what I did was, like, you see this one here, for instance, this says 53, cut 6 pieces. As I was doing this before, I was cutting out, I was cutting out the piece and then taking off the paper, the pattern piece, and putting it on the next blank and cutting it out. And by the time I was done cutting out so many pieces, this paper got all messed up. So what I did is, we have the copy machine, so the most colors I needed was, the most pattern pieces I needed was this one for 6 pieces, so I made 6 copies of the pattern sheet. And then I was able to have 6 different pieces of that number. And it made it so much easier and so much faster to be able to have all 6 of them cut out and just pin them on. So I'm going to go back to here. I don't know if I explained that very good or not, and I've got my tools here, my butter knife and the little non-X-Acto knife that I bought separate. This isn't included with the kit. I don't know if I had mentioned that. Like the kit says, no special tools needed. And so this isn't included in the kit. It was $4.99, but I went ahead and bought it anyway. But because of the point on it, it was poking holes in the material if I was hitting straight down. So my husband had this in his toolbox, and it's got kind of a little pointy edge on it here, and then it's got a round edge on it here. So this has been proved helpful as I'm trying to stick the pieces in. And I have a butter knife just in case. I've used this on several of the sections here. So I'm going to continue, and I'm going to be putting these in the last places here, and I'm going to probably do a faster speed so it doesn't take me too long, because I'm going to try to finish the whole thing. Okay, so I am going to begin. So I need my pattern piece here. Oh, and my pen. I got to get my pen. Let's see here. Oop, I had to get up. Get my pen so I can mark them off. So I'm going to look up. See, 49 would be the first thing. So I found my 49 up here. I'm going to get it a little closer on here so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, so there's 49. And here is my 49. Okay, so I'm going to start this now and give you a little music as I go, I guess, just so it doesn't get too boring. So, and I got my little pin cushion here to store my pins with. Okay, so here I go. I'm going to start. Okay, here we are at the end when I
completed my no-sew quilt. What do you think of it? It's all ready to hang on the wall, which is a difference of doing a regular blanket quilt. This is a picture quilt. So one of the things that I did, and I'll turn it around and I'll show you, they suggested that the easiest way to hang it up is to put a safety pin in here. Just pin it into the material, and then you can hang it right on the wall. So no fuss, no muss on the look of it. So here, let me bend down here for a second. Here is the original picture. Okay, so what do you think? Do I have it straight? Nope, there we go. Move over this way. There we go. Okay, so that's it. Okay, I just wanted to show you the end, and all the links and everything are in the bottom in the description box. And so I already talked about. I think I already talked about subscribing in the video, but go ahead again. Don't forget, it's down there underneath the video. Subscribe. Hit that notification button, and if you're subscribed, that'll let you know when I upload more pictures. And go ahead and like, and all the rest of my stuff like Facebook and Instagram and things like that are in the description box. So if there's any comments you would like to make on this, yay or nay, or if, hey, good idea, leave them in the comment section and I will comment back. Okay, all right, bye-bye for now.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.